Alright guys, so unfortunately Jaylen and I kind of been butting heads a little bit, and I think she's going to kind of do her own thing. But I've been trying to come up with an idea to fix this wall in here, you guys know, and I think I finally figured out what to do. Are you in here?
Yup.
What are you doing?
Taking out your stupid wall.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
This is a mess.
This is a mess too.
Why are you... Jaylena.
What?
Why are you tearing this off?
Because it's not even working. It's all this stuff is still wet.
I had an idea. I had to fix this, not now. What in the world? Jaylena.
Jason.
You're not a very good actor.
Who said I'm acting?
Who said I'm acting? So we were just kidding. We were trying to take all this crap off. I was a big mistake. I let it dry for a couple days and it is still wet.
Yeah, it's definitely still pretty wet.
Yeah, learn from my mistakes. Don't do this. This is horrible. So we're going to rip all this junk off, and I got a backup plan that I was going to kind of do originally. So let's do that. Tear this up, clean it up, put something on the walls that actually work. Alright guys, so we got it all off. Yeah, it didn't really work how I wanted it to, but now I got some firewood. I can burn these outside. I'm not really worried about the nails that are stuck in some of them. The plaster, we're not going to use it for cooking or nothing. We're just going to kind of burn it around a fire pit and whatnot, so it wasn't a waste. Every invention and new creation starts with ideas that don't work.
Don't always work. Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do, but not around here. So pretty much I'm not worried about it. Again, it didn't dry very well. Some of it is kind of somewhat dry, but didn't work. So we're going to clean this up real quick, and then we're going to bring in the new wall, kind of somewhat what I was going to do originally. It was worth taking the risk. I know a lot of you are going to say, you wasted your time, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. To an extent. But that's what makes good YouTube content. I mean, the intro alone in this video, the acting, Jaylena ripping this stuff. I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, Jaylena, you go girl. He's always so rude to you. This was her chance to get me back. So, all right, we're going to clean this up. Well, she is. That's more of a lady's job. So I'm going to go drink a beer and eat some raw meat while she cleans this up and probably bakes me a pie or something. Do woman stuff, you know? That's how I treat her every day. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is use this tin. I have a bunch of it left from the outside. So we already pre-cut. We're going to stick it on. It's going to go on easy peasy, beautiful, measy.
Right. That's exactly how it goes too.
That bee's going to...
Come on. Out you go. We'll put this back on. Overlap it. A little bit. Noise.
I think they're working perfect. What are the odds? It's already going up easier.
Looking great, donkey. I'm so angry.
For tearing up my wall.
Jeez Louise.
It always drives me crazy if you can avoid it. When people just kind of like start putting them everywhere. There is plywood back here, of course. But you still want, see how these are kind of here-ish? At least kind of get it in the same line. And if you can, keep it in the same groove. That's why I thought about replacing this, which I'm going to. Go up a little higher. we'll have trim on there anyways. That way it kind of still looks, it's rustic, but still clean looking. Just because it's rustic don't mean it needs to look like poo-poo. Speaking of poo-poo, why are you always standing on your poop buckets when you're in here?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, Jason, nothing. That's you.
You're always standing on
That's my soapbox. That's pretty good. You can't see Jaylena, but she's all... Am I lying? No. Sitting over there. That's how you smile. I don't know why.
You're just gonna hate.
That's what you do. People also ask how many drill bits I go through. It's an impact driver, not a drill. That's why it makes noises like that.
What's the difference for those who don't know?
A drill just spins, an impact driver drives, so as it's turning, it's also hammering. That way, it pushes in whatever, like a screw. It'll help sink your bores together or whatever it may be. It helps you dig through the metal and stuff like that. So, impact driver is definitely better than a drill, but a drill has its own purpose. It's kind of like Jaylena. She'd be more the drill. No, this time. All right. Let's start this next one before I get in trouble.
Oh, you're already in trouble.
All right. So what we did on this one, we stuck it under this. We haven't screwed on yet, but it's right where the outlet's gonna be. So I'm just gonna cut right here. It makes it easier. And one of you awesome viewers, Jaylena threw away the pack, I think, because I can't find it.
Yeah, it's in the trash.
So I don't remember who sent them to me, but I know you sent them to Jacob and Alex at Sawyer's also, I'm assuming, because you sent a whole bunch of these pencils and a sharpener, which I truly didn't even know existed for these big pencils. So
I didn't either. I thought everyone just did it with a knife.
normally that's what I do. Then I end up cutting my fingers. Then I gotta quit working for the day. Any excuse, I know. Let's see. Almost. So, if this was you that sent these, thank you so much. These pencils definitely come in handy. There and there. And then, if I learned anything from Jacob, it's you don't need a measuring tape. Use your finger. And it's roughly to the crease. You think I'm lying. Which crease was it? Okay.
It's just about the length of your finger.
Pretty much. Right in the thing right there. Alright, so I got it cut. Alright guys, so I was just gonna feed the goats and I've been calling them up and they're not coming. Couldn't figure out why. And I looked. Check this out. Alright guys, look. Grandma had babies. She's a really, really good mom. They seem pretty big. 2 of them. We knew she was pregnant. We didn't know when. Her udders were getting bigger. Let's see what they are. Here's some food. Oh, look, got the black stripe.
I like that one. It's so cute.
We got a girl, a little girl right here. And then let's check this one.
Watch it be a boy. Yep.
It is. We got a boy and a girl.
Grandma usually always has boys.
Blue eyes. Got the blue eyes in there. You're already coming, holding you. Little girl, color your eyes. Blue.
Oh, they're kind of gray. She's little.
So awesome. They, Grandma is always a really, really good mom. She's had many, many litters. I don't know what you call them, but it's always two. She almost always has two, and then one time she had one. But she's a really good mom. She's super protective. I'm not worried about anything at all. No predators, nothing like that. She'll probably stay in the fenced-in area really good. And got her some food. There's plenty of water. We're going to interact with these guys a lot. We want them to be super, super calm. We just went from 7 goats to 9. Oh my gosh, this is an awesome... This is the first, well, livestock birth here. We've had puppies. Now we have goats. This is so awesome. The boy is so much bigger.
I know.
So I wonder... Oh, you're okay. I wonder who the dad is. Because they're so... I don't know. Their hearts are beating like crazy. They're already clean and everything, so dried up. Yeah, so while we were working, they had them. How awesome is that? I'm so excited. So a boy and a girl, we need names. Good job, Grandma. Look at the tails. They're happy as can be. Yeah. I'm super excited that we didn't have to help with the birth. Again, this is not the first time. So, super, super awesome. Great news.
Good mama.
Picture in the home. Alright guys, so I'm sure you're thinking, what in the world is he doing? He took a 2x4, he rounded it. Well, I can't find the logs I want. I'm gonna make my own. I want this to be the trim between the tin and the wood. So I want this to look like a log, so it needs to look old and beat up and stuff. So I learned these tricks a long time ago. If you just get random objects like this, it's just a bolt, and you kind of just scrape and scratch and do stuff. You could even kind of hammer those threads in a little bit. You get different marks. Hit the hammer on it. You want just a bunch of different marks all over. You can get a chain and then beat it, and the chain does really well. I just don't think I have a chain. I'll have to look around. But this hammer, it's got grooves in it. It's got drywall stuff in it because Jaylene was beating the crud out of my wall. But just kind of beat it up all over the place. The more the better. And then when you stain it, all that's going to stand out. So we're going to do this whole thing. Different hammers, screws. You could even get the back, what I like to do, and just do long scratches. And what that does is it looks like you threw lumber around for 50 years and then you picked it up, and so you get big old scratch marks and stuff. And then I'm gonna get my grinder and come in, do a bunch of stuff to it, so you'll get to watch this probably in fast forward. Get your grinder. This one has seen some better days, but it works. So, now that you got that nice and good, you're gonna get just a normal sander. I got a little palm sander, and I'm gonna go over and just smooth out all the rough stuff. Then I'll throw some stain on it, and it's gonna look like an old piece of wood, kind of like a log, but an old piece of wood for sure. But it's brand new, 2x4 into a log. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I want to point out, these are all Harbor Freight tools. I think this was like a $20 to $30 sander. I think this I got on sale for probably like 20 bucks a long time ago. I just bought this today because I needed it because my other one broke. This was 30 bucks. So $100 in tools can get you going on what you need. You don't need anything crazy or expensive. All Harbor Freight, non-name brand stuff can still get you where you want to be if you want it bad enough. So don't let anything hold you back. No excuses, no nothing. If you want something to work, go work for it. Alright guys, now that it's all done, you can see it's all beat up. I got my Minwax stain. This is the special walnut color. And you guys, I'm using the sleeve that I cut off my shirt for a towel, a rag. We don't waste nothing around here. So, we're just going to start kind of putting it on. And you're going to see a lot of these indentions should be a little bit darker. It may take 2 coats, but you'll start to see the imperfections in it, which is what you want. So, it'll end up looking cool when it's done, but this won't look like your average 2x4. And that's what you want. See how that's getting good colors right there? Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Super, super excited for this. People pay decent money to have logs beat up like this, so you can do it yourself. Unfortunately, 2x4s cost roughly a little over $6, about $6.50 now. But I got this log for $6. If I had to buy it from somebody like this, it probably cost me at least double, about 15. So normally on a good day, when we're not in a wood shortage, this would cost you under $3. So pretty cool. It's very simple. A lot of you guys even have old 2x4s just around the house that you could do this to, because it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters, because you'll be taking all the outside off anyways. But look at that, guys. That's already looking really cool, and I'm very, very excited for that. And then once it dries, I'll put clear coat and all that. But to me, that's looking pretty cool. So I'll finish this up, and then we'll go install it inside and show you what it looks like. Alright, so we got it finished. Let's kind of get it up in here where we need it. So I'm already digging it. It's already looking really good. Just got to make sure it goes in here where I want it. I'll probably start it on this side, get it down in that groove, and get this side down in there, up against it. So I like that it's covering part of it. Do need it to come down just a little bit because some of it's off around the whole thing. So we're going to come down just a hair. Definitely liking this so far. So I'm going to go ahead and tack it in down here. Hopefully that went in. And then check this side. Let me grab my measuring tape, make sure it is. Alright, so we're going to measure from that down to about 3.5. Come down here. So this needs to go up just a little bit to about right there. Tack this in, and we'll tack it in down here in the middle. And then what I'll probably end up doing, because I mean it's on there, but I don't want it to accidentally come off. So underneath, I'll probably pre-drill some holes, put some screws through there to hold it in nice and good. But this is looking awesome. It definitely is a very good contrast from plain natural to rustic. It kind of just adds a little bit of a natural feel. I'll clear coat and everything, and I'll show you guys up close what it looks like. Hopefully a little bit later, maybe even towards the end of the video. But just cleaning up the edge from the metal to the wood, adding this, it's a different color, it's beat up, it looks old, it looks rustic. I like it. So unfortunately I didn't get the cordwood that I wanted, but I'm getting the old school feel, and this was a brand new 2x4. Just took a little time, a little effort, a little creativity, and now it looks awesome. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead, since we cut it, we're going to need to mark it and mark here and there where it'll be. So let me go get the tape measure. Alright, so I think I did it to where it's roughly 4 inches in on this side, and then 4 inches in on this side, I believe. Mark it. Hold it up there and see. It's gonna be pretty much that. So now that we got the 4 inches marked, then you're gonna come in here, measure this out to the end of this. So that's going to be 5 5/8. And you want to make sure. So basically, we'll do 5 3/4. I think this could go in, but we'll do 5 5/8, and if we need to trim it, we'll trim it. But I think that'll work. So all we're gonna do is our marks here. You're gonna do 5 5/8. You're gonna mark it there, and then we'll get our square. We'll draw the line, and we'll cut it here. So be 5 5/8, 5 5/8 here. Connect the line, cut that out, do it on both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and see if it'll fit. Alright guys, you're gonna be mad at me, but I cut it. Let me get these nails out of here. I cut it and I sanded it and took the grinder to the front, and I didn't show you guys. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself, and halfway through I was like, yeah, I probably should have showed you all that. But this is kind of what it's starting to look like here. Of course, just goes right in. It fits really, really well against the window. It's what I like. It's got the live edge kind of beat up here. So it's super, super smooth, super nice. I think it looks awesome. Super cool live edge. So all I gotta do is kind of just even it out a little bit. I'll get my level. I'll even it out. I'll tack it in, and then I'm gonna end up putting the trim under the bottom, and then of course up the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so I got this little level here, and it needs to be roughly right there. So I'm gonna get some shims and go ahead and kind of shim it up, and it'll stay really, really well right there. Alright, so I cut these shims, I kind of stuck it under there. It's a lot more stable, so I'm going to go ahead and tack it in the back here with my nailer. Let's try to get over here. And that didn't stay. Alright, so that's in there. What I'm going to do is drill some holes right here on this side and on this side, and I'm going to screw it down in there because when I put my trim up, it's going to be covered anyways. You won't see it. And then when I put trim under here, I'll screw it in and it'll hold it nice and tight. But so far, man, it's super smooth. I really like this live edge. Oh, this is what I've been wanting. That ain't going nowhere. Nice and solid. So we went ahead and cut some more, and I gotta go up in here. That'll work. Oh, got it. I don't know if these nails are gonna hold it up. And then what we did was we took the live edge of the cutoff, and that'll end up going something like this.
I'm gonna measure that real quick.
It'll go like that. So we're gonna do 4 inches from the outside. So let's go this way, right there. Make sure same. That's to that. Yep. to the inside of that. Measure again. Pretty much. And go ahead and tack this in. Probably should have put some wood glue, but it'll be alright. Now, we got that live edge on top, the live edge on bottom. Now I can measure from here to here and get exact what I need. And when I stick it in there, it'll hold the bottom and the top in place. So I think it'll work out. We milled up a couple of more of these. Stick it in here. And of course, I did it a little too long. Where's that mallet? My motto is if it don't work, beat it. And that's a really good tight fit right there. All the way down. Now it fits a little easier. But it's already looking way better, way nicer. Unfortunately, I'll man up to my mistakes. I should have leveled out my windows like some people said. I didn't think about it till after the fact. So it's a little off, but whatever.
But so are you.
Everything in the house is off. Alright, so I ended up taking this live edge off the top. It's too skinny. We ended up creating some more, but I think it's going to be the top. Let's do, we got these. Of course, I didn't show you the whole process, but ripped them down, left them live edge. I think it's gonna look pretty cool when it's all said and done, hopefully. So, does that look like it'll work out good over there?
Yep. Sure thing.
Alright, so. Yeah. So let's. I just probably need to cut 1/8 of an inch off. Be right back. Still needs just a hair. Hopefully this will look good.
You need the measuring tape on?
We kind of eyeball it.
Okay.
I probably should have cut a hair more, but that's fine. Do the Jacob measuring.
Things, yeah, come this way. Jeez. Looks good.
Yeah, I probably should have cut that a hair shorter. I can come in and buff it out, but
nice.
Got a window in. I'm still gonna screw these in a little bit better through the metal and whatnot. Kind of pull it in that way. Get it into this better, but this gives you a good idea. Hopefully you can see the lighting well enough, but It is kind of still the reddish color. We sanded it down and whatnot, so when the light comes in, it'll turn it more brown, it'll match. But now that this is up, we can go ahead and put the trim like we did over here, around here, and that way. So let's try that. All right, so now I'm putting the trim up, and I kind of notched this out with the grinder. I'm trying to make it look like a real log that got etched. You can see here, I'm gonna have to come in to fix this. So I'm gonna use the grinder and kind of etch this side up, and then stick this side in there. That already looks like an old beat up log. This I'll be able to jam in there. I'm gonna need to kind of cut a little bit of this out, it looks like. So it should fit in there a little better, but I'm gonna need to cut a little bit of this off. All right, so I just cut a little bit. I think that's gonna fit a lot better. Let me kind of hit it in there. Let me go up first, where I kind of need it to be, in that area-ish. Definitely somewhere in there. Hopefully looks decent. And then take the grinder. So as you can see, it kind of looks like a real log-ish. It's not clear coated, so it's definitely not shiny or looking the best. But that fits in there really good, fits there. Of course it's off. It's like if you got real logs, you're not gonna find perfect logs. So I think that looks kind of cool. Everything in this house is completely custom. Literally everything.
It could come down a hair.
It ain't going down any. Alright, so that's that side. Now we'll do the other. This side fits really good, so I'm just going to rough this up real quick. I mean, you want it to look like you came in there with an axe and cut it up like legit style. So, about roughly there-ish. Looks somewhat like the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now we'll do the long side. Fit? Mm-hmm. Alright, so I just need to rough that side up. Now we got trim. Alright, so I think I'm gonna call it a day. Kind of frustrating today getting all this done. Milling up all this cedar right here on a table saw sucks. But I wanted to use what I had instead of going back to the Sawyer's house. We can get dimensional lumber on the sawmill out there. I just didn't want to go all the way back out there, but I was able to do it. It came out really well for what it was. There's a few things here and there that I'll just literally take a sander and sand off. But what do you guys think of the live edge around everything? I wasn't going to do that, but once I put the live edge down there, I think it looked pretty awesome. I still need to do a trim down here underneath, a small one. It's not a big deal. And then of course I did the log siding on the sides. This was all handmade out of 2x4s. Not exactly what I was going for. I was kind of hoping they would match up a little bit better. But when you're literally cutting 2x4s and just going at it, you can't really do too much. But it's unfortunate that I had to take off all the cordwood. Well, Jaylena beat it up. I was trying to do it or whatever. But, you know, I think it came out good for what it is. I'm pretty excited with it. This was more my original vision. The only thing I need to do now is kind of trim up the corners and the tops and all of that. But I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with that just yet. And then I think once I clear coat this, oh man, it's gonna pop big time. This cedar is awesome. This will kind of give you an idea of what the rest of my windows and things, stuff like that will end up looking like. But I am super excited with how it turned out. Very, very excited. I still can't believe we got twin goats. That was crazy and unexpected. I know some of you guys in the title you saw and you're like, Jason and Jaylena are having babies? No. We had goat twins, guys. So
I mean, technically we had kids.
Technically. So to end this up, I want to go spend a little more time with the goats, kind of show you guys that they're still doing well and all that. They've been jumping around and playing. I got some footage on my phone. Hopefully I can remember to put it on there. But I guess that's enough talking here. What do you guys think of this so far? It's definitely the cabin look. You get the cool tongue and groove. You get the log, fake faux log, and then you get the metal and you get the actual cedar and live edge. So this room is super busy, but that's what I wanted. I want it to look like an old addition that they used what they had. So pretty pumped with this. I can't wait to see it all clear coated. I think next time you see it, it'll be clear coated, trim and all that. And yeah, well, let's go play with some goats. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What you doing? What you doing? You jumping? You jumping? Nice and healthy. So as y'all can see, they are doing perfectly good. They're doing awesome. They've been exploring all around here, doing their thing. I've been kind of letting them do their own thing. I bought a bunch of hay and stuff. She's a really good mom. They follow around and all that stuff. So let's go see what they're up to again over there. What? You gonna come over here? Nope. And let's go see them. What are y'all doing? Grandma, you a good mama? Did you get up there? Huh? You got up there? You can jump off? Yeah. Alright guys, so going ahead and call it a day. I'm tired. Jaylena probably doesn't want me to show this, but she's over there working out. And we're going to go ahead and just go on with our day. And I think we got something to eat, so we'll show you that. We'll end the night with us cooking. The clips probably won't be very long, but just super tired. Super glad things are getting done. The inside's getting done. Jaylena?
Yes?
What are you working on next in your van?
I think you're kind of showing them. Oh no!
Anyways, guys, so you have a video coming out really soon.
Yes.
So be sure to check that out. Maybe you got a hint, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But yeah, been working on that room inside. Hopefully the next time you see it, it will be done. Had to redo it. Sometimes you just got to start over, admit when you did something wrong, and learn from it. Hopefully you learn from it and don't make the mistake. I know a lot of you said, I'm going to do what you're doing in there. If you do, I'd go...
Don't use plaster.
Yeah, or cut the logs really thin. I couldn't, but maybe you can. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Tired?
Yep.
It's been a long day. So we're going to go ahead and call it. Hope you guys have an awesome week.
Anytime the cats or the dogs come up to the door, BB just like gets all lovey-dovey. It's a lot of sausage, dude. It's how all the magic happens.
Yep. I just want to see that fish up close.
It looks good.
Dang, that fell right apart.
Yeah, it's like came right off the skin. Oh, you got some skin in there.
Alright guys, so we didn't show too much of the cooking. Been busy. Jaylene was doing a live chat while we did this. But we made, well she made, some Cajun rice and sausage, some jambalaya, and then some salmon, whatever you want to call it. I've never had this before, like ever.
It tastes very fresh compared to what I've eaten before. But I've always only gotten like the frozen one. This is really good.
It's interesting. I've never had it.
I put some extra seasoning on mine.
Definitely fishy. You know, you can eat some other fish that's not as fishy. This is very fishy. But it's good. I'm impressed.
It's very healthy for you.
We want to try some new things, so figured I've cooked fish out here before, bass and whatnot that I've caught, but never anything like this. So unfortunately we didn't catch it. We just bought it this time.
I didn't know salmon were that big. I
Oh,
always thought they were little.
No way, they're pretty big.
So what we did was just wrap it in foil. I put some olive oil on there and some of the seasoning. And that's it. Wrapped it in foil, threw it on the grill.
Make it super simple.
Came out. It tastes clean, like just healthy.
Like a clean fish. Impressed. That's why you want an impact driver. Help push it.
Push it real good.
What?
You said push it real good.
Bro, this is a family channel. We won't be like those other raunchy off-grid channels. They do that fake love stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Jason, why are you always talking trash? Because it's funny and it's real. We all know it. We ain't stupid. Well, I'll say this. It ain't raunchy. Wild Wonder Off-Grid, they do that lovey-dovey stuff. Life and Contained, they do it. The other ones, I think it's forced.